And that's a really nice, really laggy sunset that demonstrates the terrible tick lag that our server now has. Why is there a terrible tick lag? I have no idea. But it is quite terrible. Anyway, welcome back to Iron Republic, everybody. My name is Mr. Chimmick, and we will be doing some things today. However, well, there's a few things we want to do today. The first couple things is... Oh, notification. Computer, leave me alone. First couple things I want to do is I'm going to show you what I've done with the house here. This bit is just kind of temporary. But I was making this machine for automatic bone milling that was supposed to give you like 5 wheat a second. It was going to be really great. But apparently with the horrible tick lag, it does not work at all, in the slightest. So I need to either find a way around that, or I need to like completely repurpose this building. Or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think I showed you this, but I'm not sure I showed you with the new button. And so assuming... Why was that laggy? Oh, is the tick rate affecting this as well? Hopefully it's not too bad. Those should have been going off at the same time, unless somebody messed with my repeaters. Well, anyway. So what happens is it opens the thing, lets the water out, pushes it all into the hopper area down here. The walls are going to be higher, so that won't happen. And actually, let's just go down there. And it will automatically collect and whatnot. Alright, somebody messed with my repeaters. No, they did not. But yeah, so all these hoppers will be strung together when this is done. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. I am rambling. But anyway, yeah, so that's the bonus farm that I made. I might, if this ends up, I can't make this work at all. Like, I might have to repurpose the building completely, and thus have to tear out most of that. Because that's pretty much the highlight of this building. Without it, it's useless. Pretty much. But yeah, anyway. So a few things we want to do today. One, I want to show you a couple things that I've been working on the past, like, 5 days or so. And that's the reason I haven't been recording, is because it's been all day, really. Lots and lots and lots of work have been done on some things. As well, I wanted to tell you a story about something that happened today. This is kind of last minute. Oh. It was kind of last minute, but I'd like to tell the story anyway. I guess we'll go this way to spawn. Nothing really new at spawn itself, but there's a few things connected to spawn that I would like to show you. But first, let's tell the story. So, I'm on today, and I'm on with Waffles and Hawk, and a bunch of other people, but Waffles and Hawk are the main characters in the story. And what happens is, so, a bunch of, or rather, like, Vov's fooling around, and so Waffles kills Vov, and then Hawkeye kills Waffles, and then I end up killing Hawkeye. And so, the way our rules work is, you remember, I'll get back to that in a second, but, the way our rules work is when you die, you owe a diamond. And so, when you kill somebody, you owe them a diamond so that you can pay, their debt, because it's not their fault they died, you killed them. But what happened was, so I thought to myself, and I was saying it out loud as well, I was like, okay, I owe Hawk a diamond, Hawk owes Waffles a diamond, I'll just give the diamond directly to Waffles. Well, yeah, so it would all work out. But then Waffles and I had to explain to Hawkeye, at least a dozen times over like 20 minutes, because apparently he figured that if I'm giving Waffles a diamond, he still owes Waffles a diamond, and so he's losing a diamond. And so we're like, no, if I owe you a diamond and you owe him a diamond, that means, and if I give it to him directly, you're not losing any diamonds, Hawkeye. He's like, yeah, I'm losing a diamond. And so he was getting really upset, and is like, well, I must say, we did call him dumb in several different ways. And yeah, it was very funny. He started, afterwards he was making excuses like, oh, I was mixing it up with something like this, and it's like, yeah, well, we explained it to you like 12 times. Obviously, there's something else there. But yeah, it was pretty funny. You might have had to be there. I'm not sure how funny it was for you guys. But anyway. So, a few things I want to show you. The first, I probably should do that last. But first thing I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you some changes at the iron farm that I've been working more recently on. A few days ago I was working on something else, which we'll show you later. But yeah, so I was working... I'm helping Boog, and a few other guys were helping as well. But we've been working on digging out, or mostly filling in the water, and then digging out this massive crater. And so we finally just today finished destroying all the water sources that were, because this is all an ocean. And so now we're focused on digging it out. And so what this is going to be is this is actually, once it's dug down to bedrock, is this is going to house one of JL's mob farms, one of his massive ones. And by being lower to the bedrock, it has better spawning rates and whatnot. It has to do with like the LC, which I not entirely understand, but I can know that is in fact a factor. And so that is much. Oh, hello Nathan. Is much better. Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, so we've been digging this out. So I'm going to be doing that also as well for quite some time. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to help as time goes on, but I'm definitely going to try to help as much as I can digging it out. So that's one thing that has changed. Nothing else has really changed about the iron farm. But what has actually taken the most of my week, it took about, I'd say about 2 or 3 days. Not really the full 2-3 days. I'm guessing maybe like 2.5 days. What actually has taken the most of my 2.5 days is what we're going down here. And as you can guess probably by the building material of this tunnel and whatnot, what we're going to is the end. And there's a little something in the end I'd like to show you. And so if we go through the stronghold here into the end portal, and grab my minecart, and we'll go this way. None of this tunnel stuff is done yet. It's going to be a really big tunnel. It's going to be like 5 wide, but until then we have this kind of rickety 1 wide track there. But what I have built in the early part of this week is the magnificent, the super efficient, the best way to enchant. It is the Enderman farm. Looks like an upside down T from this distance. Really big upside down T. Just thought about that. But anyway, yeah, so pretty nice place. The inside decor, as you'll see in a second, I did not expressly design it. I had a hand in designing it, but there was like 4 of us around designing it. I'm gonna actually turn off my sounds because it is loud here. Between the Enderman, and we actually installed a automatic chicken farm, so that people will be able to eat. It's not very fast though. We need more chickens. But anyways, yeah. So we have an Enderman farm. As it stands right now, how it's supposed to work is Ender pearls are caught into hoppers underneath the slabs. Although unfortunately they do fly out as you're punching them, of course. So it is a problem. It's a lot better than it used to be, though, with just like the massive amounts of ender pearls just flying out all over the place. And so those hoppers feed into a elevator behind here, and that elevator feeds into all 6 of these chests. And then if all the chests are full, it will send the ender pearls to a dispenser. Actually, no, it's a dropper. Yeah, it's to a dropper behind this whole thing, which dispenses them into the void. So we don't have, massive amounts of ender pearls just lying around all the time, which is a lot better than last time. It's only single wide. This is actually, I didn't invent this Enderman farm design. It's actually a design by a guy named Queen King Happy, but he calls himself King Happy. And I'm going to try to see if we can't look up there a little bit. No, we can't. But, yeah, I suppose if we waltz out a little bit, we can see the farm. But it's a really interesting design. It's kind of alternating. Oh yeah, I suppose it would. Why can I see that? Is something not rendering? I don't know. That does not look good. Might just be the angle I'm at. I hope so. Anyway, yeah, so this is a design by Queen King Happy. It's single wide, and I actually think that helps it be faster because when it was too wide, the Endermen would kind of get in each other's way, and I don't. It would get really weird glitches. But we can get to level 30 in like, yeah. See, look how fast this is shooting up, in like a minute or two. So it's a lot better than we had a skeleton farm and we had a blaze farm. Blaze farm was set up just a couple days before I finished this, so it was kind of sad. But people still need rods and whatnot, so it's still good. But anyway, yeah. So I built this pretty much by myself. Jughead helped out a little bit. He was placing string, and he was kind of like a gopher for me for a while. And Boog helped out with the placing. Oh, let's finish the 30. Maybe I'll enchant something. Maybe I will enchant something. Let's see. Do I have any books in my ender chest? I've been enchanting books because books are really actually a good way to enchant things because pretty much you don't have to make anything. It'll just be automatically made. Fire aspect 2. That's not bad actually. I might combine that to something. I kind of don't want this to have fire aspect. Fire aspect. Should I add fire aspect? This. I don't need fire aspect right now. I think Jughead would want this though. He's been wanting to put fire aspect on his swords because he really likes fire aspect. When you're not fight, I prefer knockback actually. I used to prefer not fire aspect, but then zombies could light you on fire. So now I prefer knockback, and people are making chests and whatnot. I hope this does not happen too much because I don't want I don't want litter all over the floor. But anyway, yeah. So very nice place. We came up with the design kind of as a group. Using the nether brick. Some people don't like this at the floor. I actually like it a lot. They used to have like cyan clay here, and it was too gray with the stone brick. It was terrible. But yeah, so tell me what you think. I suppose on this side you'll get a better view. But yeah, we think it's pretty good. We were planning to put mycelium underneath this stone brick, and we might. We don't have mycelium yet though, so we'll see. We have yet to finish the tunnel, but it is going to be 5 wide, so that is going to be a bit of work. But yeah, you can see the water there. It's like flowing in, so the Enderman can't go up there. So yeah, very nice stuff. Now, let me discuss the topic of why I have 23 deaths. Last episode, I believe I had around 8 deaths. So I died like 3 times from various people are very fooling around on this server. They'll horse around and they'll kill each other and whatnot. It's all good fun. Most of the time, sometimes they get angry and whatnot. But yeah, so I had this rail isn't powered all the way, so I have to run it. So I had 11 deaths when I started working on the Enderman farm. Working on the Enderman farm caused me to die 9 times, so it brought me up to 20. Which is nice because I can use potions now, yay! Which is kind of it was really not a well thought out rule, but we made it, so we gotta live with it. Like we really should have just let people use. Oh my! All right. We should have really just let people use beds as they felt, or not beds, beds. Used potions as they felt like it. But anyway. So yeah, not. Ooh, I'm gonna get some of these melons actually. But yeah, we should have let them use potions as they felt like it. I keep getting distracted. All right, this is an automatic one, isn't it? Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, cool. Anyway, yeah. So, as I was saying, I died 9 times on the farm. Like I think 4 of those times, like I just ticked off an Enderman, and I wasn't wearing armor because I didn't want to fall into the void with it. So those guys do 5 hearts if you're naked, and so they'll one hit you. Also, like I kept taking half a heart of damage from falling 2.5 blocks. I don't know why. 2.5 block fall. Take half a heart of damage, and so there was a spot in there where I kind of had to fall 2.5 blocks to get there, and placing a block would have made it so that I couldn't get in. And so I kept taking half a heart, and so I slowly killed myself that way. And then building the tower itself, I kept falling off and having my stuff strewn all over the place, and I fell off again trying to get it. And so it's very tedious and whatnot. But yeah, so not the best. But anyway, so I'm actually going to show you one last thing, just kind of a sneak peek. Waffles has been building his casino in the Nether, as I told you before, and I'll just kind of show you his progress. This is going to be like the lobby to his casino, and I must say, it's looking pretty good so far. I really like this inner part, with the arches and whatnot, and this outer part is looking pretty good as well. And apparently there's going to be like slots of different varieties down those tunnels or something. But yeah, looking pretty good, pretty good. I don't know if he plans to keep these torches here. I'm not sure if it would be a good or bad thing, to be perfectly honest. They do kind of suit the room. He could leave them there if he felt so inclined. I wouldn't really have any problems with it. It'd be interesting to see how he would hide lighting, though, if you try to do like lamps or something. However, anyway, so yeah, Nether hubs also kind of. We've been focusing on the mob farm and the Enderman farm and whatnot. So, yeah. Anyway, so what are we going to do today that isn't all of those things and whatnot? I actually wanted to go. We're gonna go back to the house, and I was thinking, if I can't get my my plant farm, I can't get it to work. What do I do? What do I do if I can't get my plant farm to work? One, I can replace. I can, if I okay, assuming I cannot get it to work, because that will be the first option. Trying to get it to work. Ooh, lag spike. This rain is not good. Assuming I cannot get it to work. What are my options? One, I can scrap it and try to use something else for the building, which is an option. I can, like scrap everything in the building, like all the farms, like repurpose the building entirely, like not a food farm building. Or I could put some kind of like melon tower and pumpkin tower and whatnot in the center and just have that as a centerpiece, which is alright. It's not exactly ideal. Or I could try, just creating some kind of intricate, I don't know, like food pillar thing that you'd have to go up to a ladder with, and I never really liked those, but you could do that. So I could do that. If I can't get it to work, and I hope I can, but if I can't, the option I'd probably go with is option one, of course, which would be repurposing the entire building. So it'd be tearing this out. And so that begs the question, what would I repurpose this building for? What would I do? And so there's a few options, really. It's like, what does the people on this server need? What kind of thing would cause them to come visit this place and use it? And what would I need? What would I need and use? And so the question that goes with that is, yeah, what do people need? And so there's food farms, and if, of course, I couldn't do this, then that would scrape that. There's enchanting farms, which Enderman Farm take care of that. We have an iron trench, so iron's not a problem. We have a string farm that Vov made. I don't know if we're ever going to make a better one, but it's got like a triple cave spider spawner, and it's for drops. So if you need string, that's the place to go. This is actually lag spiking a lot more than I would have anticipated. Maybe if I turn my particles off, we can actually turn the sound back on then. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so I can do that. I can also... There's this farm I've really always liked called the Tree Eater. And basically you plant a tree, and it activates a bud switch, which triggers a bone mealer. And the bone meals the tree, and then the tree grows, and sand and whatnot pushes the logs upwards, and stuff breaks the leaves, and then the logs get compacted far away into like a big 12 by 12 block, because that's what you can do with pistons. And so you can just keep growing trees until the block is full, and then you can just chop out the block, and that's a really easy way of getting wood, because like it's a lot harder when you have to navigate around the leaves and whatnot. So I could try to install one of those in this building. It would still kind of go with the theme of like farming and whatnot, so the green still fits. And all that. Which is probably my second choice after this. I'm not sure though with the tick rate on this server if even that farm would work. And that would be a real bummer because the only way to figure out whether or not it would work is to build it. And if you build it, if it doesn't work, that is a lot of work. Those buildings are really hard to make. Yeah, they're very intense redstone and whatnot. So it's a tricky bit. But anyway, what we're gonna do today is I'm thinking I wanted to kind of show you about more of the server, but it feels like I've only been doing tours lately, and that's not really fun. A lot of the stuff I've been doing is grunt work, so there's not really much building. Not much building being done. So maybe what we'll do is we'll actually... I suppose... I was thinking, just now off the top of my head, I was thinking of showing you kind of what I intended to do with these. Basically make that up right now, but I don't know if I'm keeping this. So maybe I'll show you how I made this work, because I do kind of like this thing I built here. So let's actually dig in, and I won't go too long with this. I'm betting this will probably be the last thing I do this episode. I'm not sure how long the episode will be, but that's the way it'll have to be, I guess. Time is ticking, actually. School is coming, and once it comes, I will be busy. I will be busy. But the way this works is there's the levers on the other side of this block, and so it activates this clock. And you can kind of hear, the clock, how the redstone is kind of tick lagging. It's terrible. But the clock powers a block here and a block here, and those activate the 3 dispensers, because there's one dispenser, and the next dispenser is in that corner there, and the other one's kind of under there. Like I'm not sure how well you can visualize that, but that's the way it is. Also, I don't need this redstone going down, do I? No, I don't, actually. It doesn't need to go down. I don't have any logs to replace that, though. So we'll leave it for now. But what happens also, this redstone also goes through this repeater to this block here. The reason I'm not just running a wire is because there's repeaters down there. But this piece of dust is supposed to update. It's supposed to be an updating dust. And what happens is I would rig some kind of door here. But what happens is this is a dark room. And you have the seeds, which I don't have. So let's grab some seeds. You have the seeds, and let's put them in there. You have the seeds. Oh, I have ender pearls. What? And you plant them, and then you pull the lever. The dispensers start going, and see how it updates, and the seed pops off? Well, the dispensers aren't even being triggered now. Weird. But what's actually supposed to be happening is like they were being triggered a minute ago. I don't know why they weren't. But it's supposed to be updating after the wheat grows. It's supposed to be able to pretty much grow the wheat faster than it can update. And so you get tons of wheat really fast that way. But tick rate doesn't work. The more that part of the farm though it's just a clock attached to some dispensers. Like there's nothing special about that. What I do like though is I like this bit down here that I made, and I find it rather interesting. How it works is the chest is actually like right here. The chest is right here, and it feeds into this hopper circle. And so you can see there's bone meal cycling around. But this hopper circle goes over these 3 separate lines of hoppers. This one kind of goes around the corner. This one goes there, and this one goes there. And so the way this works is there's actually a bunch of droppers behind here. You can't really see them. Oh no. I'm gonna have to fix that. Nope. There we go. So there's actually droppers behind there, And so what's actually happening is it's feeding into these 3 lines that feed into 3 different sets of droppers. And then on this particular set, once there's enough stuff, and even this clock isn't, yeah, this clock isn't, once there's enough stuff, it starts powering the droppers, which move the items from the hoppers into the dispensers above. And typically yeah, it would be tricky to move stuff into 3 separate dispensers evenly, but this works out pretty well. It's kind of even. They have to fill in turn, so that's why it's on the last one. So you do need a good bit of bone meal to get it started, but yeah, we do have tons of bone meal anyway, so it's not a problem. But yeah, so it's actually very good. I learned a lot about hoppers and stuff and droppers and whatnot by building this. So even if I don't keep this, I'm glad I made it. I am. I'm glad I made it. It was very educational. But anyway, I think that'll have to be it for this episode. There's not much I can do right now, actually, because as I'm doing the grunt work for all these farms, as I'm doing that, I have to think about trying to get... I have to, like, mess around with redstone to try to get that to work, and if it doesn't, then I have to tear out half of this building. Which is not exactly a pleasant thought, but... you know, I might have to be done. And then I also have, like, beyond my spawn house, there's not really much I can do until 1.7 comes out, and we update the server. Once Feed the Beast actually updates to 1.6, that might make a return. And so that'll be nice, to have some distraction, I guess. But when school starts, I'll be reduced to maybe even 1 episode a week. We'll see when school starts, because I'm actually in university and I'll have 7 courses, which means school every day for like 6-7 hours a day, maybe even 8 on some days. So it's quite a bit of work, and so I will definitely be reduced in the amount of time I can play. But anyway, yeah. So beyond that, I think I'm gonna try to record a little bit more Cube World this week, and I'll try to send you guys some of that. Also, it has come to my attention that perhaps, the fact that I loop the same song in some of my videos, just like I was just only doing it for the Iron Republic ones, might, in some way, be mildly annoying to some people. I don't know. Because you're only seeing like 1 episode every so often, so it's not like you're watching a whole bunch at once. So I don't know. I have honestly no idea. Tell me what you guys think. I'm not going to have it in this episode, so you can compare it to, you know, a few episodes ago. Probably before the one with the terrible sound. And you can tell me whether or not you like it with the music or without. Without. Who knows? Only you can. It's all up to you guys. And so go ahead and tell me whether or not you like that. And oh, we're ending at sunset again. That's pretty nice. But yeah, so feel free to comment about any of the stuff, whether you'd like Cube World, whether you like the Cube World series, or whether you'd rather me try to focus on trying to get this up and running again. In that case, I might just only record like 1 rather than like 4 or something of Cube World episodes. And yeah, just if you got anything on your mind, feel free to write into the comments and whatnot. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Have a good day.